Hi, welcome back to Cooking with Vicky. What we're going to do today is some pierogies with oyster mushrooms and onions. It's going to be a nice little dish. It's going to be super quick. And let me show you what ingredients we have over here, okay? All right, what we got here is some chopped parsley, which I've washed and rinsed. Some Parmesan cheese, a couple tablespoons. Some kosher salt, some fresh ground black pepper. We have some oyster mushrooms, which I've chopped. I got some julienne, yellow Spanish onion. That's a half an onion. And some olive oil for cooking. A can of cream of mushroom soup from Campbell's. You can also use a low-fat mushroom soup, which is 97% fat free. And a half a cup of 2% milk, or skim milk rather. And some Mrs. T's potato and onion pierogies, which you can find at your local grocery store. This is a family pack. It's a 2-pound size. They're very inexpensive. They're low fat. As it says right here, low fat, which they are. So let's show you how we're going to do this dish, and we'll put it all together for you, and you should have a meal within 10 to 15 minutes. Okay, so let's get right on it, and I'll show you how we put this together. Okay, the first thing we want to do is preparing these pierogies is got a couple quarts of hot water here, and we're going to bring this up to a boil. So I'm going to put this on high and cover it and bring it up to a boil. Okay, now that our water is coming to a boil, what we're going to do is throw in here some kosher salt, tablespoon or so, and we're going to take a Mrs. T's pierogi, potato and onion, and we're just going to go ahead and, dump those right in there. Make a little mess, but we're going to put that cover back on and bring it right back up to a boil. Okay, our pierogies just came to a boil. So what we're going to do now is let them boil for 3 minutes, and then we're going to drain them out and put them on a cookie sheet and get them ready for our mushroom sauce. Okay, our pierogies have cooked for 3 minutes. What we're going to do now is drain them and get them ready, and I'm going to start the sauce, and we'll show you how we put this all together. Okay, the first thing we're going to do with this pierogi dish is put a couple tablespoons of olive oil in a nice hot pan, and we're going to get that olive oil all straightened out there, and we're going to add in our oyster mushrooms. Want the pan nice and hot when you do this. Basically, we're just going to brown these up really quick. Toss them around, get the olive oil on. This doesn't take very long. After we get these cooked, we're going to set them aside and work on the onions. We already have our pierogies cooked off. I showed you how to do that earlier. And going to add a pinch of salt to those. And some fresh cracked black pepper. Get those all going. You're going to use any other type of mushrooms, but for this dish I'm going to use these oyster mushrooms because I found them on sale this weekend. So. They're browning up nicely, getting a little brown around the edges. Let's remove these and put them in our bowl we had. Okay. There we go. Now I'll add another tablespoon or so of olive oil and throw in our julienne onions. That's a half Spanish onion. Cooking this over high heat, medium high heat, whatever you're comfortable with. I just found that cooking over high heat is easier for me. pinch of salt. Black pepper. I like to season every step. Getting some of the brown pieces off from the mushrooms. The onions are turning a nice brown color. I'm not going to break these onions down too much. I want to have them a little crunch and contrast with the soft pierogies. Okay, now I'm going to simply add in this can of Campbell's cream and mushroom soup, the whole can. Going to put that right in there. I use this soup a lot. It's low fat and it makes a nice cream sauce. If you're wondering why I use these canned soups, to make a traditional cream sauce, you need flour and butter and a roux or heavy cream, which is really not too good for you. And I'm going to add this half a cup of low-fat milk in there. And this is a really light dish. I'm using quite a bit of pierogies here. I got 2 pounds. This is going to serve quite a few people, 6 people. So what I want to do is just stir that around, scraping the bottom here, getting all the little pieces off, which is a lot of the flavor. Okay, at this step here, we get that going like that. What I'm going to do is, I have my pierogies here that I cooked earlier. I'm going to turn this temperature down to low, and I'm going to place these pierogies right in here. They're gonna stack up. That's fine because I'm going to basically just dump all this out right onto a platter. So let me just go ahead and get the rest of these pierogies right in there. And I got 6 more pierogies. Put on the other sheet. Now what I'm going to do is go ahead and throw some of this parsley that I chopped up. I'm going to put quite a bit of parsley in here. And, since this is on low, I'm a little messy here today. I'm going to give these a toss. Just like that, just to coat them. The parsley makes it nice and bright. I'm going to try not to break these up. And I'm going to add in my, go ahead and add my oyster mushrooms back in. Give them a stir. Try not to make it too messy. You could use a bigger pot. I'm just using this small saute pan here to give you an idea. So what I'm going to do now is clean the edge of this off right here. And I'm going to cover this back up on low. And we're going to cook it for 2 minutes. Okay, that's cooked for 2 minutes on low. Take that out and I'm going to show you how we present this on the platter. So let me bring it over here. Okay, I got my platter here and my pierogies in the pan. So I'm just going to basically do this family style like I like to do all my dishes. This is going to feed a bunch of you and your friends. Try not to break them up too much. And one more pierogi here. oyster mushrooms, add a little bit more on top. Get it all out. Okay, what else I want to do is sprinkle a little of this Parmesan cheese that I had you on the side right over the top. Parmesan's really low. It's low in fat. It's dry, so try not to use too much of it. I use maybe a full teaspoon there, and a little bit more fresh parsley on the top, and I like to finish it off with some black pepper as a garnish. And there you go. There's my pierogies with oyster mushrooms and a cream sauce, and it's low fat. It's good for you, and I hope you enjoyed it. Please come to my website, cookingwithbicky.com, to get the full recipe for this dish. You have a nice day and have a healthy life.